Hi, Ghosty. This is Wisteria.
Hey Ghost, this is Homie. And Wisteria was thinking of reading something a little funny today.
So funny.
Well, I
So
hope you're
funny.
ready. We're gonna read something funny.
So hope you enjoy it, Ghosty.
The Enchanted Forest Frolic.
Once upon a time, in the heart of an enchanted forest, three unlikely friends embarked on a whimsical adventure. There was Wisteria, a fairy princess with a voice that could wake the deepest sleeper and the sassiest attitude in all the fairyland. Then there was Ghost, tiny wizard frog, Ribbit, whose starry hat was almost as big as she was, always ready to cast a spell or two. And lastly, Homie, a stone troll with a jolly belly that wobbled when he laughed, which was pretty much all the time.
The Enchanted Forest was a place of wonder where the trees could change colors with a blink, and the rivers sang lullabies to the creatures who drank from them. As our trio of friends ventured deeper into the forest, they found themselves surrounded by a chorus of chirping birds, chatting squirrels, and even a rabbit who could juggle acorns.
Where do you think this forest is leading us? Wisteria asked, flitting about excitedly, her wings leaving a trail of sparkling dust behind.
Ghost, perched on Homie's broad shoulder, adjusted her starry hat and peered into the distance. Wherever it is, I hope it has a nice pond. I've been waiting to try out my new water dancing spell. Homie
Homie
chuckled,
chuckled.
his belly bouncing with every step. As long as there's a
Exactly.
snack at the end, I'm in.
Suddenly,
So-
the trees around them began to shift. Their trunks twisted and turned, forming a spiral path that wound deeper into the forest. The animals around them, mischievous raccoons, wise old owls, and even a band of chipmunks, started guiding them along the path.
This way! This way! The animals chirped, their little paws pointed in every direction.
Well, aren't you all just the cutest little guides? Wisteria explained, twirling in midair. Lead the way, my furry, my furry friends.
The trio followed the animals as the forest transformed around them. The leaves turned from green to pink to purple, and the ground beneath their feet became soft like marshmallows.
Ooh.
Homie couldn't resist bouncing a little, his jolly belly making him wobble even more.
Wobble, wobble. As they continued, a group of deer joined in, forming an impromptu parade with the trio at the center. The trees swayed to a rhythm only they could hear, and flowers popped in their pots, blooming in every color imaginable.
The forest has a mind of its own, Ghost croaked happily, waving her wand and making tiny fireworks with lights burst above their heads. Let's give it a show.
Wisteria needed no further invitation. She started singing a song, her loud voice echoing through the forest. The animals danced along, squirrels twirling on tree branches, and birds diving and soaring in sync with her melody.
As the songs reached its peak, the forest opened up into beautiful clearings with a sparkling pond at its center. The water shimmered in shades of blue and gold, and fireflies danced above it, casting a magical glow over the scene.
Ghost's eyes lit up. The pond! It's perfect! She leaped off of Homie's shoulder and landed on a lily pad. With a wave of her wand, she cast her water dancing spell, making the surface of the pond ripple, plop, 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 and swirl in patterns of stars.
Homie sat by the edge of the pond, clapping his big hands in delight. This is the best day ever, he declared, pulling out a giant sandwich from his pouch, taking a big bite.
Wisteria, still buzzing with energy, flitted over to join Ghost on the lily pad. This place is amazing. We should visit here more often.
As the night fell, the trio of friends lay back on the soft grass, watching the stars twinkle above them. The animals of the enchanted forest settled down around them, snuggling close to the warm, jolly belly of Homie.
And so, in the heart of the ever changing forest, surrounded by their new-found friends, Wisteria, Ghost, and Homie drifted off to sleep, dreaming of their next silly adventure. The end.
The end!
Skateboarding rebel, ride or slide.
In the not so sleepy town of Grindstone, there was a group of teenagers known for their edge, attitude, and constant search for the next big thrill. Wisteria, with her purple hair and a tendency to challenge anything and everything, was the leader of this crew. Then there was Homie, the laid back guy who was always down for a good time, as long as it didn't involve too much effort. And lastly, Ghost, the quiet but daring one, always lurking in the background until it was time to make a bold move.
One day, as they wandered aimlessly through the town, trying to figure out what to do next, they stumbled upon something that would change their lives forever. A group of skaters tearing it up at the local skate park. Check it out, Wisteria said, her eyes lifting up with interest. Those dudes are flipping and flying like it's nothing. We should totally try that.
Homie, who was leaning against a wall, munching on a bag of chips, raised an eyebrow. Skateboarding? Sounds like a lot of work, but I guess it looks kinda cool.
Ghost, who had been silently observing, nodded. I'm in, but where do we even start?
Without missing a beat, Wisteria marched over to the skaters, her edgy attitude on full display. Hey! Oh,
Hey, hey, teach us how to do that, or we'll show you how it's done.
the skaters, a little taken aback by her boldness, shrugged and handed over a couple of extra boards. Knock yourselves out, but don't say we didn't warn you. It's harder than it looks.
Wisteria grabbed a board and hopped on, wobbling as she tried to find her balance. "Phew, how hard can it be?" she muttered, just before the board shot out from under her and sent her tumbling to the ground.
Homie laughed, nearly
Hardy
choking
har
on
har.
his chips. Hardy har har. Yeah, that looked super easy.
Ghost, however, was already studying the moves of the others. She stepped onto her board with surprising ease, her natural balance kicking in. You just have to feel it, she said, gliding forward and surprising herself with how smoothly she moved.
Wisteria, undeterred, got back up and tried again.
Okay, fine. So it's tricky. But tricky is my middle name.
The trio spent the rest of the afternoon practicing, falling, and getting back up. Homie, despite his initial laziness, found himself getting more into it as he started to nail a few basic tricks. This is actually kinda awesome, he admitted, grinning as he rolled down a small ramp.
Ghost was a natural, quickly picking up the tricks that took others weeks to learn. I didn't think I loved this so much, she said, pulling off a clean ollie. It's like flying but on the ground.
Wisteria, after several failed attempts, finally landed a shaky kickflip.
Yes! I knew I could do it, shouted,
She,
her voice
she
echoing across the skate park. We're totally making this our thing.
As the sun began to set, the three friends sat on their boards, looking out over the town with a newfound sense of pride and excitement.
Skateboarding is more than just riding a board, Wisteria said, her voice full of determination. It's about pushing limits, breaking rules, and not caring what anyone else thinks.
Homie nodded, munching on the last of his chips. And it's pretty good workout too. Who knew?
Hardy har har. Ghost, with a rare smile on her face, added, it's about being brave enough to try something new, even if you fall a few times.
And with that, the trio knew they had discovered something special. A new way to express their edgy personalities and take on the world, one trick at a time.
From that day on, Wisteria, Homie, and Ghost were no longer just a group of edgy teens. They were skaters, rebels on wheels, ready to take on anything life threw them. The ultimate ice cream showdown. Gotta scoop 'em all, gotta scoop 'em all.
In the bustling town of Chillville, where every summer felt like a celebration, an epic event was about to take place. The annual Ice Cream Showdown. But this year, the stakes were even higher. The grand prize? The latest, rarest Pokemon, Frostachu. A cute, powerful ice-type Pokemon that everyone was desperate to add to their collection.
Three friends, Wisteria, Homie, and Ghost, were determined to win the Pokemon no matter what. Wisteria, always full of energy and a little too loud for her own good, was the team's creative genius. Homie, the laid back, food loving guy, had a palate that could detect the slightest hint of flavor, and Ghost, the quiet, strategic thinker, was the brains behind the plan.
The trio gathered at the competition grounds. Eyeing the competition, there were master chefs, ice cream experts, and even a few Pokemon trainers who had whipped up frozen treats with their Pokemon's help. But none of that intimidated them. They had a secret weapon, their undying love for ice cream, and a plan to combine all their unique skills.
All right, team, Wisteria said, her voice rising above the chatter around them. We need to create something that will blow everyone's taste buds. Something so epic that no one will even come close.
Homie, already dreaming about the flavors, nodded. We need something rich, creamy, and with a twist that no one expects. Like a chocolate volcano, but cold.
Ghost, always the one with the plan, chimed in. What if we make it look like a Pokeball? Ooh, layers of different flavors with a surprise in the middle. Mysterious eyes lit up. Yes, and the surprise could be popping candy, like an explosion in your mouth.
They hurried to their station, grabbing ingredients left and right. Wisteria was in charge of mixing the flavors, making sure the strawberry was bright, the vanilla smooth, and the chocolate rich. Homie taste tested every batch, making sure the sweetness was just right. Ghost
Ooh.
carefully crafted the ice cream into the shape of a perfect Pokeball, with red and white layers and a chocolate button in the middle.
Finally, they added the secret surprise, a hidden core of popping candy that would crackle and pop as soon as it hit the tongue.
As the time ticked down, the trio carefully placed their creation in the center of their table. It looked incredible, a real Pokeball, but made entirely of ice cream. Wisteria couldn't help but shout.
We've totally got this! Judges made the rounds, tasting each creation. Some were good, some were great. But when they reached the Pokeball, they stopped at the trap.
What's this? One judge asked, intrigued by the presentation.
It's a Pokeball ice cream, Ghost explained, her voice steady, with a surprise inside.
The judges took a spoonful. And as the popping candy started to explode in their mouths, their eyes widened in delight.
This is amazing, one of them exclaimed. The flavors, the presentation, and the surprise. This is unlike anything we've ever tasted.
Wisteria, Homie, and Ghost watched anxiously as the judge huddled together to make their final decision. Finally, the head judge stepped forward.
We've tasted many incredible creations today, he began. But one stood out for its creativity, flavor, sheer fun. The winner of this year's ice cream showdown and the new owners of Prostitute are Wisteria, Homie, and Ghost.
The crowd erupted in cheers as the trio jumped up and down, celebrating their victory. Wisteria's loud excitement echoed through the area. Homie grinned ear to ear, and even Ghost, usually so calm, couldn't stop smiling.
As they were handed the special Pokeball containing Frosted, they knew that their teamwork, creativity, and love for ice cream had made this moment possible. Gotta scoop 'em all! Gotta scoop 'em all! Wisteria shouted, holding up their prize. From that day on, they weren't just the coolest ice cream makers in Chillville. They were the proud owners of the rarest Pokemon around. The end.